What's up, everybody? Tomorrow we start the Astral Anomaly event in this season of Apex, which is bringing balance updates, playlist updates, etc. Weird that they started the second split of ranked before they did these updates, but these updates are coming a couple weeks after split 2, which is a little bit odd timing, but let's go ahead and get into it. The LTM is Launch Royale. Step back in time for Launch Royale, experience the LTM with the old school weapons, legends, abilities, rule set, but on all of the current day Apex Legends Battle Royale maps, Kings Canyon, World's Edge, Olympus, Stormpoint, Broken Moon, and District will all be available to play with Launch Royale. If you're craving that old school Apex vibe on the modern maps, this is the best time to jump in and see where Legends were born. Relive a refresh nostalgia from January 7th to 20th. Milestone event, not worried about. Reward shop, we're not worried about. Same thing with the store tab. Patch notes, what we are worried about. Balance updates, care package. Opening a care package now grants Evo to the entire team instead of just the opener. It's a good change. Gold weapon rotation is now Charge Rifle, Prowler, Nemesis, G7, and Car. We'll definitely be keeping an eye out for the Prowler. Maybe the Nemesis, not so much the other ones. Ring lethality. Support perk benefits will be disabled once a player reaches the ring lethality warning time limit. Revive expert benefits will still maintain a long cooldown before reuse after being reused inside the ring. So essentially your support perk benefits won't work after you've stayed in the ring a certain amount of time. Attachments and ordnance, new accelerated weapons. New accelerator, stock on the Nemesis, G7, and Car. Increases Evo gain from damage, increases ultimate charge from damage, and knocks grant 30% alt charge as long as an accelerator weapon is equipped. That helps the Nemesis move even further up into the meta, which it's been towards the top of for a while. Same thing with the G7 and the Car. Arc stars will now notify you with a stuck message when you've been stuck with an arc star. They say it can be sometimes difficult to know if you've been stuck with an arc star in the heat of combat. It's not really that hard to know. It's kind of obvious. Your screen does a little like flash thing and you slow down for a second. It's kind of obvious when you get stuck with an arc star, and this is just once again lowering the skill gap in this game, and the skill gap is part of what Apex players enjoy. Hop-ups added select fire, so select fire is back on the Prowler and the Charge Rifle, adds a toggleable automatic firing mode. We know how good that is on the Prowler. I will definitely be looking to grab Prowler and select fire all the time, but Charge Rifle with an automatic firing mode is really interesting. Speaking of the Charge Rifle, they increased ammo capacity, base ammo 6, white mag 7, blue mags 8, and purple mag, and of course gold mag are 9. They increased projectile size at closer ranges, increased projectile speed, improved recoil, maximum damage for range scaling now achieved at 200 meters, was 300. I forgot that it does more damage the farther away. Reduced projectile gravity, so less drop, and now takes select fire hop up. Automatic firing mode, damage reduced by 25%, increased fire rate, and recoil improvements when in auto. I'm actually super duper interested in trying this at auto, considering it's supposed to charge normally. The Charge Rifle is an absolute monsoon of a gun in the right hands, but it can be a bit tricky to get the hang of. We are taking a pass at making the Charge Rifle more approachable by increasing magazine capacity, adjusting recoil, lowering the range to get max damage, and adding select fire hop up into the mix. The Mastiff is getting nerfed. Aim down sight blast pattern tightening has been reduced. The blast pattern size is increased, so there's more spread in general, and it tightens up less when you ADS. Increase the time before the Mastiff is ready to fire when raising, so essentially your ADS to fire speed is shorter, or is longer. Raise and lower times are slightly increased, so the ADS speed is... ADS speed, both going into ADS and exiting ADS, are slower as well. Peacekeeper choke speed significantly increased. Wow, so PK meta again, increased projectile speed. The choke speed is nice. Sometimes the choke takes too long to shoot, although if you're in a fight, you're not thinking about that. But this is big for the PK. The PK just got a big buff. RE 45, damage increased to 13, was 12. RE's still crappy. Legends Alter Void Nexus cooldown reduced to 120 seconds from 180. No longer times up by default, and the range is increased to 300 meters. That's pretty insane. For her alt. Upgrade level 3 external Nexus removed, moved into base kit. And new multi-dimensional grants a second Void Nexus, and both can exist at the same time. So now, people aren't really playing Alter, so I know why they're buffing her. But now this Eternal Nexus, where it no longer times out, is just in her Void Nexus at base. And now multi-dimensional, so you can have 2 Void Nexuses on the map at the same time. Horizon Gravity Lift, adjusted visual effects of the lift to reduce visual load on the battlefield, and adjusted audio of players in the lift to be more noticeable. Loba, Black Market, Ultimate starts with 99% charge, was 50%. Added griefing protection. I don't know quite what that means. Does that mean you can't get shot while you're in it? If you're using somebody, like if I go to use in other teams, can they not camp it and do damage to me? I don't know. It can be remotely picked up, so you don't have to run back to your Black Market to pick it up. You can now grab banners, which is something that was in Apex Mobile, but it doesn't consume a Black Market usage. I think it probably should. I wouldn't be surprised in the future if we see it consume Black Market usage because it's kind of OP. But I do like that you can grab banners now. You can now open vaults without a key, but no Evo is awarded. That's really interesting. Stealing vault loot no longer breaks Black Market, but can only be done by Loba and will still set off an alarm. These are some big buffs to our Black Market. The ultimate charge, the remote pickup, the grab banners, open vaults without a key is kind of insane. Can once again take loot from explosive holds, remove delay after placing Black Market before it becomes usable. Small meds no longer consume a Black Market usage. That's interesting. Trials, Big Mode, and Caustic Labs loot no longer appears in the Black Market. Okay, well, that's good. Burglar's Best Friend now has 2 charges. Reduce tack toss time slightly and recovery time significantly. Reduce sound effects and visual effects on Thrown Bracelet. Eye for Quality. Loba can ADS when unarmed to see loot UI for items highlighted by her passive. Upgrades level 2, high value removed, market expansion removed, shopping spree moved to level 2, rework to allow entire squad to take 3 items from Black Market, and new Wolf Claws gain speed boost and significantly faster weapon draw after a teleport. Level 3, tactical upgrade removed, brand new bag, entire squad receives gold backpacks when selected, and Escape Artist. Loba can regenerate 50 shield HP after teleporting with her attack. Damage stops the regen. So we might get into a Loba meta here. Probably not Alter, but Loba is going to be in the argument for the top of the meta with just the benefits she can have with all the Black Market buffs. The Burglar's Best Friend, the bracelet, that's nice that you have 2 charges, and the toss time and recovery time are reduced, and you are less noticeable when you do it. That's pretty awesome. And then when you look at the upgrades, the high value increases tactical height and range is now removed. And the market expansion was removed also. But now you get Wolf Claws where you gain the speed boost and faster weapon draw off the teleport. That's really big for teleporting into a fight. And the speed boost is nice for teleporting out of a fight. Shopping spree, squad can take 3 items is huge instead of just you being able to take it. Level 3, we lost the shopping spree down to level 2, which is fine, and it got buffed, and the tactical upgrade is gone. But now, brand new bag, squad, the entire squad gets gold backpacks is huge. That means you can hold extra big meds. An Escape Artist, after teleporting, regen 50 shields and damage interrupts. The Escape Artist regen on 50 shields. The brand new bag is definitely the way to go if you're playing as a team. The Escape Artist, if you're solo, is probably better. But that's huge for Loba. Let's see. Mirage, Now You See Me, now also cloaks when using a healing consumable item. Cloak is removed by damage ability or dropping abilities or dropping the heal action. Cloak has a 5-second cooldown that begins after exiting cloak state. Entering cloak now only takes 1 second instead of 1.5. After revive, Mirage has now increased speed while cloaked. Upgrades level 2 battle pack and more me were removed, and new is Boozle Eye. Bamboozles can now also scan the target who shot the clone instead of just notifying you where they were. And Renaissance Man gained access to all the other classes' world interactions, assault bins, care package scans, survey beacons, and ring consoles. Mirage's team will only gain Evo from these interactions. The squad also is a member from the class. So it's it's not completely broken, but that's pretty that's pretty good. We could be looking at a lot of Mirages and a lot of Lobas for the rest of the season. So they can no longer carry an extra battery per slot, excuse me, or have an extra clone and alt cooldown. But you can now Bamboozles now scan enemies for level 2, or you can gain access to all consoles, bins, beacons, and package scans. The Bamboozles is really nice, the Boozle Eye, but the Renaissance Man is awesome, especially if you don't have a Recon Legend or you don't have a Control Legend, so you can't scan rings or the Recon beacons to see where enemies are. You already had access to the Blue Bins bottom tray, but now you also have the Assault Bin bottom tray. And you can scan care packages. Renaissance Man is an awesome upgrade for him. For Pathfinder, grappling hook cooldown is increased to 30 seconds, was variable. It's nice that it just has a regular cooldown instead of being based off of the distance that you grapple with. So a little less skill for Pathfinder, but he's a really high skill legend, and his pick rate's still high. It'll probably go up even more now. Not a lot, but it'll probably go up. Insider knowledge, reduce max cooldown earned from scanning care packages, reduce zipline change gained by scanning care packages. So a little bit of a nerf there. And upgrade Zipline Zen damage reduction reduced to 25%, was 50%. So with those other changes, maybe he doesn't increase his pick rate, but that grappling hook cooldown simplifies his character, so that helps a lot. Vantage Sniper Mark, reloading with an alt accelerant uses new animations and keeps the weapon active. So just kind of an update, not really a buff or a nerf there for my sweet Vantage. Modes, Launch Royale, we already talked about some. Rift Relics continue. If you want to read the Rift Relic stuff, you can pause and read this. This is not a mode I play, and LTMs aren't that super popular anyways. So you can go ahead and pause and read that if you would like. Map rotations are E-District, Olympus, and World's Edge. Those are my 3 favorite maps, unquestionably, so I am so excited for this map rotation. Thank God for no Kings Canyon. I don't mind Stormpoint and Broken Moon, but these are by far my 3 favorite maps. Here's the mixtape maps if you want to read it for yourself. Ranked RP value tuning. We identified an issue where RP buckets and matchmaking were not fully aligned, which led to some unexpected overlaps in ranks during matches. For example, players of a similar skill level could appear in different tiers, creating confusion when higher tier players showed up in lower tier matches. We've adjusted the system to better align RP buckets with matchmaking to fix this. As a part of the adjustment, players will lose less RP and maintain progression closer to what was originally intended. Thank you for your understanding as we continue to improve the ranked experience. So essentially, lobbies shouldn't be as difficult, and ranking up and staying in ranks shouldn't be as difficult. You can read all these buckets, but a lot of them just went down 100. Some of these went up. Yes, the golds went up, the silvers went down, the golds went up. Plats went down, and diamonds also went up. So just some changes, just some balances. If you want to read that, you can read that for yourself. And then we have bug fixes. Add a buffer to tap strafes to combat automated movement tech at high frame rates. Charge rifle weapon UI no longer occasionally displays when ADS. First draw animation no longer plays with akimbos after every death and mixtape. Fixed a rock wall and broken moon that players could hide inside of. Low shield voice lines no longer plays when no shield is equipped. Out of bounds timers will once again trigger while using Rampart Sheila while mounted. UI icons should no longer sway off center on ultra wide. Weapon mastery XP will now count correctly when akimbo weapons are being held. Legends alter loot and death boxes can now be pinged while using altar's passive. Passive prompt should no longer show up without looking at death box occasionally, including after respawning. Caustic fixed an issue with barrels not deploying on top of one another. Lifeline dock halo will no longer be destroyed by various large doors. Dock visual and sound effects will no longer linger longer than expected. First person audio will no longer play on squad mates when Doc is deployed to herself. Newcastle now properly breaks free of Ash's snare when using alt and doesn't hover awkwardly in the air. Quality of life adjustments to Evo points gained from consecutive revives. Drop the loot on rising walls on World's Edge will now pop off the wall after finishing raising rather than stick to it. Healing option now defaults to cells instead of syringes. Incoming voice chat volume menu option is now available on consoles, and the maximum value has been raised to 100% to 200%. Values above 100% will attempt to boost quiet players. And then some graphics related stuff, and if you want to read that, you can pause to read. But that is everything coming tomorrow to Apex Legends. I like the Loba changes. I like the Mirage changes. You still see a lot of Lobas, but definitely less than you used to. So that'll change some with this. She could be the meta, especially because she has all the support legend benefits. So that could be huge. The charge rifle sounds really interesting, especially with the select fire hop up. The new stock for the Nemesis G7 and car sound really interesting. Super happy to have Prowler select fire back as well. So those are most of my thoughts on the changes. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you like this type of content, want to see it first. And I will have my Twitch link down below. I will be live tomorrow night playing the updated season 23 of Apex. So if you want to come hang out live, you want to see any of these changes, you just want to hang out with me, I'll be live tomorrow night with that. I'll also be live. I'm live every night. I have all my other social medias and my single player channel link down below if you want to check any of those out. But I will see you on E-District, Olympus, and World's Edge. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.